Ranking your videos in search using YouTube keyword research is going to make sure that your video is ranking on the first page so that people who are searching for your topics can find you. What's up, music meeples? My name is Kendra, and today we are talking about strategy because in the game of music marketing, strategy is everything. Let's get into it. If you are making YouTube videos, you want your videos to show up on the first page. You want them to rank in search. Now, if you're like me and you have a YouTube channel, you've probably done this. You log into an in-private browser, you go to YouTube and try and find your video. And then when you type it in, you expect your video to pop right up, right? Especially if you use the same exact title, but you don't. Other people's videos are popping up before yours because your video isn't ranking, and it is so frustrating because that means people aren't going to find you. These are the 10 steps that I personally have taken to rank my videos on the first page of YouTube. I should mention as well, I want to put this at the beginning, and this is for free. So I am using all free tools. I don't have to pay for anything in order to rank these videos. Step number 1, if you want your YouTube videos to rank, then you need to know your audience. Now, you might be thinking, what are you talking about? What is the audience? I wanted the analytics. I want to know exactly how to find the right keywords. But trust me, this is the first step. You need to know who your target audience is before you start doing that keyword research, because if you don't know who you're talking to, YouTube and Google will not know either. So this is where you need to, before you even film your video, you need to know who are you talking to. If you are a musician, you want to visualize where is your person listening to your music. Also ask yourself, what type of problem are you solving for that person? A lot of times when people want to be a YouTuber, they think, oh, this is great. YouTube, this is a channel that is all about me. I get to talk about what I'm passionate about. I get to share my story. And that is true. That is wonderful. But honestly, if you want to rank, you need to think about the other you that is participating in this. Yes, you are on camera, you are talking, you are filming yourself, you are sharing your knowledge, but really, YouTube is all about the viewer. Let me explain. So on YouTube, if you are going on as a consumer, YouTube is going to customize the content for you. You want to find certain things that interest you. They are going to make sure that they are showing you videos that you want to watch, that are going to help you solve your problems, that are going to teach you what you want to know. As a YouTuber, you don't focus on yourself. You focus on the other you, the person on the other side of the screen, because YouTube is going to customize the content for the consumer. Does that make sense? It's an important mind shift where if you are making a YouTube channel that is going to rank using keyword research, you can't focus on yourself, you focus on the consumer. That is the number one thing that you can do to rank videos on YouTube. But there is more to it, so let's keep going. We are going to go through the step-by-step process for creating a video that ranks on YouTube's first page. Let's go through this together. Make sure you stick around to the end because the final process is really double checking that you are using keywords that are going to rank. So don't skip ahead, but go through the whole process with me. Let's do it. So we just did step number 1, which is knowing your audience. This is so important. Now, let's do some research on what people are actually searching for. We are going to use a private browser. This is a very important step because if you are not in an incognito window or a private browser, then your computer is going to remember what you have searched for in the past, and it's going to skew the data. So it's very important that you're starting fresh with a private browser. So I'm in a private browser. I go to youtube.com. Now we are going to set up an example of a track, or we are going to set up an example together of a video that someone wants to have rank. Now let's talk about a music channel. Sometimes it's hard to think about keyword research for music channels, so we're going to use that as an example. Let's look for a music channel that has decided that their key audience member, the person they are directing to their music towards, is someone who is into fitness. The tracks that they make have a really great rhythm, they have the correct beats per minute, and let's get even more detailed. Let's say we want to create a track that could be used for high intensity interval training. Now, you may or may not know, but this is actually very niche workout music type. So this is going to really help us narrow down to a very specific person looking for this video, and that's going to help us rank. So I'm going to do HIIT, and we're going to see what it says. You can see this is going to fill in automatically HIIT workout, HIIT workout for fat loss, HIIT workout for beginners. Now, here's the important thing. These are the most important keywords that are being, or key phrases, long tail keywords that are being searched for HIIT. It's specific workouts. Now, we are not creating a workout channel, so this is going to be a bit of a challenge to actually rank for this. So I am going to copy and paste these. I'm going to create a spreadsheet that has all of these phrases, or a Google document or something, so that I can keep these. So I'm going to copy the first 5 probably. And actually, I'm just going to take a screenshot of these, and then we will reference that later. The other place that you want to go for this general research is going onto Google. Hang on a second. Okay, sorry about that. My husband turned on the air conditioning, and I'm like in the dungeon of our basement, and so the unit is right there, and it was making too much noise, so I went up and turned it back off. But don't worry, he knows. Okay. Let's get back into it. Okay, now we are continuing with our keyword research. The step number 2, seeing basic searches that are popping up as suggested. I am creating a new private window, and this time going to google.com, and I'm going to type in HIIT. Again, I'm going to take a screenshot of the suggestions that appear here. Now, we mentioned we are specifically a music channel, so now I'm going to do the same process and do HIIT music. And I'm going to take a screenshot of what appears there. Let's go to YouTube as well and search once more for HIIT music. I'm going to take a screenshot of what comes up. Right here, it's going to show you which videos are ranking on YouTube that feature this specific type of music. Now, these are not workout videos. This is important. If you are a musician, you can cater to an audience in a unique way. For example, I am not a musician, but I work on analytics and marketing with musicians, and so I needed to think about what is my target audience. My target audience is musicians. If you're a musician, your target audience probably isn't musicians, it's probably someone else. So in this case, our target audience is the person who needs this type of music. We're going to scroll down now, and this is where we want to look. People also asked. This is where you're going to see the types of questions people need help with. So for example, the first question we see is, what is a good BPM for HIIT workout? So beats per minute. Now you're going to see here, it's going to have the general tempo guidelines that should be included. Now this research can also be informative on what type of songs you're creating and what type of videos you're making, because you are going to create content that is specifically geared towards these searches. Notice something. Originally, I only had about 5 questions. Once I click the down arrow and then back up, more options are going to appear. What does HIIT stand for? High intensity interval training. I put that up. So now I'm going to do HIIT music guidelines. As a general guideline, choose something more intense for 15-second intervals and something a little less exhausting for a 45-second interval. So this is going to inform the pacing of our video and what is appropriate beats per minute for a HIIT class. Great. What is a good workout music BPM? So it seems like BPM is going to be one of our keywords, right? And HIIT class is going to also be one. HIIT interval. You're starting to see the same words pop up over and over again in what people are actually looking for online. If you want to rank on YouTube, you need to know what people are searching for. This is how we do it. So now we have a good series of screenshots of phrases and keywords that are being entered in, what people are asking on both YouTube and on Google. Step number 3 to get your video to rank is to analyze the videos that are already out there that are teaching what you want to teach or that are doing the type of thing that you want to do with your YouTube channel. It is very unlikely that you are the first person to talk about something. And so you can use what's working with other channels to help you rank on your channel. Let's do this. All right, once again, I am going to create a private or incognito window and I am going to go to YouTube. For this, we are going to start to search some of those keywords that we saw in our initial search. HIIT music is what we are going to type in, and we're going to see what already is in here. So the first thing that pops up is a community playlist. This is a good thing to be aware of because you're going to want to be on this playlist. Look at this. 1.9 million views. This is amazing. Let's look at what their title is. Best Hit Workout Music 2018. Including the year is a great tip. And then it also has, look, the 30/15. This is an important aspect because it shows how much is sort of that rest period and how much is that intensity period. That's what those numbers mean, and that's what people are searching for, is the actual interviews, the 30/15 or 45/15. These are the intervals of the lower intensity versus the high intensity. Find out what your song is and make sure you include that specific data. And then it also says 20 rounds. So you need to know how many rounds within your song of that interval you have. This is ranking number 1 because it gives that data. It's exactly what people are searching for. Let's look at the next ranking. This is actually a full channel of high interval training music. They have the keyword hit music right in their image. They have the keyword hit music as their name. At Hit Music is their handle. They are including the keyword everywhere. Latest hit music, there's some shorts. That's good to see that there's some shorts from them. Okay, here's another one that has 6.2 million views. Now, of course, this was posted 7 years ago, so they've accumulated this over time. But workout music source, that's a new keyword we haven't seen yet. Workout music source, that's a keyword that we want to take a screenshot of. Notice it gives us specifics about the genre, so 70s and 80s hits remixed. They have the beats per minute here. See that? They've got the details in there. The one before that has the actual intervals. This is very specific breakdown of the song because this is the details that people are looking for. Go through on an incognito window, search what you think people will search for your video and see what the actual titles are and what's actually ranking on that first page. Now that we have analyzed some of the videos, we have a very good list of some of the words that we think that we want to target. But let's actually test it with a tool. If you want to actually confirm that your words are being searched and that there's not too much competition, you're going to want to do step number 4, which is to use a keyword research tool. The main two that people use are TubeBuddy and vidIQ. I personally use vidIQ and I just use the free version and so far it's working for me, but let's go into vidIQ and see what that looks like. Here we go. You get to sign up for free, so whatever account you have your YouTube channel set up with is the one that you want to use to log into vidIQ because it's actually going to synchronize with your account. Here we are, vidIQ. Now, because I have the free account, it's going to keep constantly giving me pop-ups and suggestions to get me to do the pro version, but I'm not ready for that yet. I probably will be soon, but I'm very frugal with my business, and so I always try to use the free tools as long as I can. So now we are in vidIQ. We're gonna go over to this left bar to keywords. This is where you are going to search for the keywords. Let's start with the basic one we have, HIIT music. Now take a look. This is gonna give us a score of how good of a keyword this is. This is constantly changing, so just be aware of that. But right now, it's a yellow, it's a medium score, it's fine because a lot of people are searching. I mean, about 4,000 people a month are searching for it, but the competition rate is a 64 and they show you this is high. So a lot of people are making videos with this keyword and so it's not the best. So let's try something else. Notice it will give you related keywords over here. Let's do hit music and let's do 30/10 and see what happens. Okay, we're getting a little better. Got 2,000 searches, medium. Okay, so this is not giving me a lot of great ones. Let's see if we can go back to our screenshots and see what else comes up, because this is a competitive market I'm seeing now. I see why this maybe is going to be really difficult to rank in. When you are first starting out on YouTube, or when you are first starting keyword research, it's going to be so difficult to find words that are in the green, because chances are someone else has done this before and people are looking for very specific things. Now, if you want to rank in search, you need to try and find that exact keyword that people are searching for, but that there's low competition. So you're seeing here, there's so much competition for all of these. So let's keep going. Let's keep looking at some of the options. Intervals. Okay, now this is getting into the green because it is very specific. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, some of the people that are going to type in intervals aren't necessarily talking exactly about high intensity interval training, but you can see this is a good keyword because lots of people are searching for it, but there's only medium competition. Let's do custom. Okay, so this might be where we're gonna find our audience. Custom intervals, and then you could put in on your title, you'll be looking at listing the actual keyword. The longer tail keyword you have in here, the lower score it's gonna get. You might want to just have custom intervals or custom training. That's pretty good. Personalized intervals. Let's try that. 67. Okay, I think we found our keyword. We have personalized intervals as a really nice one. So when you are creating your own music, you can create personalized intervals because you can do the variety of different beats per minute. You get to choose what intervals you have on and off for the high intensity. As you are planning on creating your music, you can plan to make a channel that has this hit workout music, and you can have personalized intervals so people can go in and pick exactly which track they want that has the right beats per minute and that has the right intervals. So yay, we got a good keyword here. Let's do it. Personalized intervals is going to be our main keyword. Step 5 is to optimize your keyword. So what that means is we are going to actually go through and choose what is our primary keyword and what are sort of those fall-in keywords. I'm going to create a spreadsheet so that I can keep track of all of these keywords, because chances are once you find that right keyword, you're going to want to use it again and again and again in all of your different videos so that YouTube can see that you are targeting a very specific audience. So what we're doing is we're taking the data from vidIQ and we are putting it all into a spreadsheet. You might think like, oh, but that's yellow. Like, it's okay if you don't have something that has 1 million searches, because there's still 1,600 people searching for it this month. So it's still a good keyword to target because it is a very specific group of people. No, you're not going to get millions of views yet, but when you're starting, you have to have a narrow audience that you're looking for. We are going to go back through, you're going to fill in this whole thing, because we will then use this list later in order to help build our titles and descriptions. Okay, so step 5 was to organize all of the keywords that you have found so far. Now, step 6 is to actually write the title for your video. This is where you are going to put together the different keywords that you have found in a way that makes sense. You want the primary keywords to be what people are searching, what you're really targeting. Here's the tricky thing. Sometimes the first thing you put in the title won't be the highest ranked keyword. Instead, you want it to be something that the user wants. You might put something generic like lose weight quickly with HIIT interval training, or lose weight quickly with interval training. Then you can do sort of a line or some sort of cross or a dash, and then you put your keyword, custom intervals, personalized intervals, slash whatever your actual intervals are, 30/10, and then do the beats per minute. You're gonna have kind of what draws in the customer first, what they want, what their goal is. So weight loss or fitness or cardio growth, whatever they want is gonna be first. And then you're gonna list your keywords after that in a nice, clear way. Then Step 7 is to write a detailed description for your video. Now here's what I would recommend. Use AI to do this. Go into ChatGPT, type in, say, I need a description for a music video that is used for high interval training, and I want the description to include these keywords. And then copy and paste from your spreadsheet all of your keywords, and then copy and paste the description that ChatGPT gives you and put it in your video description. That's going to be the quickest, easiest way to put your keywords, all of those keywords, as well as those long tail keywords, the questions that we got from Google, make sure those are included too, and you can have those all in the description of your video. Step 8 is tagging your video. Now, it's hit or miss on whether or not tags actually help that much. Often in interviews, the pros at YouTube have said that really it's more to help categorize for the user and less about ranking, but it doesn't hurt to include them. Even if it won't make a big difference, you might as well put within both your channel and the video, include those tags of those keywords. Step 9 is to monitor and adjust. When you do this process, you're gonna have to do it kind of over and over again, but it can be overwhelming. So what I personally do is usually once a month, I will go into my spreadsheet of keywords and I will see if they are still ranking. The scores for these keywords are always changing. Make it part of your YouTube schedule where once a month you go in to your spreadsheet and you add new things, you look for new things, maybe as your content is changing, you need some new keywords, and continually be improving and updating based on your keyword research tool. And the final step is just to continually be aware of what is happening in your niche. If you are able to follow different newsletters or even just follow other YouTubers that talk about similar things or make similar music to you, you're gonna have a better insight in what is trending, and you're gonna be able to use that to inform your keywords as you continue. And those are the 10 steps for ranking your video on YouTube.